All right, and none of y'all are hurt?
No, we're not. Just shaking up a little bit.
Okay.
This is audio from a 911 call made after a twin-engine Baron plane crashed in Burleson County.
I thought I heard ambulances a while ago, or a fire truck, or a police, but we're in the middle of this big field.
The pilot, 57-year-old David Deutsch from Arkansas, and his passenger, 67-year-old Charles Lehman from Mississippi, both suffered minor injuries and were transported to St. Joseph Hospital in Bryan.
They didn't know exactly where they were, how to be located, and so the retransmit process and dispatch was able to pinpoint their location on the cell phone.
First responders say the plane was having fuel issues. All of it leaked out, or they didn't have enough fuel before taking off.
Something happened, all the fuel got out of it. So
What we do know for sure is it was an emergency, and investigators say they believe these extremely windy conditions played a role in the plane's crash landing. They were flying from Arkansas to San Antonio on their way to pick up another plane the passenger had purchased.
I'm going to get somebody out there to find y'all.
Kristen Sajewski's been furiously following the wildfires in Grimes, Waller, and Montgomery counties for nearly 2 weeks. Eventually, she didn't have the time or patience to continue scanning 10 or 12 different web pages for updates, so she created her own on Facebook called Just the Facts.
So they could prepare their families, and I even wanted the facts to maybe calm their nerves. My roots are deep, and this community is my family, and so
This isn't exactly something Kristen had time for. She's a Magnolia elementary school teacher and had recently added another job to her resume.
Having, a 9-month-old, it was not okay to stay up till 4 in the morning doing this by myself and then have to.
She asked 2 Facebook friends originally from the area to help instead of walking out on the project. From early in the morning until late at night, her thumbs are constantly moving, posting updated information as fast as possible, because this scanner hound's operation is fully mobile.
You really had to get creative about when you updated and when you listened.
Kristen says she'd do it all over again, should anything else flare up.
I mean, that's what people from this community do. We step up and we do what needs to be done, and we get creative and we find ways to help each other.
The Facebook page is still up, working to keep people safe and inviting anyone to share their success stories and experiences. Alex Villarreal, News 3.
You might not hear it, you might not see it, but Vaughn and Esperanza are living proof that dogfighting exists.
We will find the people who did that to the 2 dogs that are sitting at our clinic. So if they're watching this, I want them to know that.
Both pit bulls were found last week near Milliken, left for dead. They went from extreme critical condition on the verge of being euthanized to stable and recovering.
There's about 400 people that love on him all day long.
Their deep scars have left a mark on the community.
This horrific event has made people come forward and seek us out to help with this. So there's obviously the interest and the want to do it.
A group of volunteers formed an action committee to help law enforcement tackle the dogfighting issue.
I mean, you have shattered pelvises, snapped teeth, broken off tails,
jaws broken. It's horrible.
These activists say there's stories, but no concrete evidence for police to track down suspects. The answer to them is a blog, where people can post what they see and hear.
We can start piecing together patterns, and we can start piecing together locations, and we can start just creating a web of networking to where we can give the sheriffs the information that they need to do something about it. Because just random, disconnected information does not do much. But if you
The blog is now active on mylongwayhome.org. People who participate in this continuous flow of information will be awarded $500 by the committee if their tip leads to an arrest. The goal to catch whoever did this to Vaughn and Esperanza has turned animal lovers into animal activists.
It's just absolutely disgusting to me. It makes my stomach turn. I just can't stand it. And I don't have a lot of money, but I have some spare time and connections, and I will do whatever I can to help out.
Your Superman needs to show off.
Even Superman's powers are being redefined with their strength, providing a force for the community.
The reason why I'm here on this camera because I'm speaking about my sister. I'm letting everybody know out there that she was very loved. We got a knock at the door saying that my sister has been shot, and so we just got up and call the police, call the ambulance, and I don't know what would make somebody do something like that.
What I saw was my child laying in my yard, and they was telling me that she had got shot. So that's the best I can do. I don't know what happened over there. All I know what they tell me.
The first thing that came to my mind is she's still alive. That's all that mattered. As long as her heart was still beating, I was okay. My heart was still beating.
He gets outdoors, he shoots back in the house, through the door, with a .45. He can see it through the door. You see the hole? One. Right there. Inside. I went to her, I couldn't even pick him up because of my condition, my health. Well, when I knew that, they had me back up on the porch, working on me, cause lights out.
For everybody that know her, they know Pinky's sweet and she's nice and she's kind and she'll give you your legs if she had it. Whatever. She just didn't deserve it. Don't nobody deserve it.
He tried to ruin, he lied and everything here, but the Lord fixed it where he could get out of it. So now they got him, the gun, and all this, whatever he had. You can't do wrong forever and get away. That's all I got to say. But when I got there, she wasn't doing nothing. I prayed for my child. My child opened her eyes while I was there. She had never done the nursing. She opened her eyes. She ain't been doing that, blah, blah, blah. So I have a good feeling in my heart, in my mind, and my soul. She'll be all right.
So that's all that really matters in this whole thing, is that we're still family and we're still united.
No words have been invented that ever could express the feelings that I want to say in this tribute to a death.
He always said that he never wanted anybody to cry over him. He always wanted people to celebrate what he had done in his life.
I want monuments and memorials. I want all the world to see this man who lies inactive now continues working mentally.
Roy Jean embodies everything that is good and was good about radio, especially here in Bryan College Station.
Even when he was almost too sick to get out of bed, as soon as he got out of bed, then he was on his way to the radio station. And he loved his job, but he just wouldn't wish it on anybody in the world.
And though the words were seldom uttered, his intentions were understood, and his actions spoke much louder than those words ever could. And while problems arose often, no pain would he admit, he handled every situation, and that I won't forget.
He had just gotten home from the hospital, and we were shopping for laptops, and he saw one that he liked, and he said, "I like this one, but can we get a discount on the lifetime warranty?" That's my favorite recent story ever.
He had humor, he had knowledge, he had traits you've never known.
Always very upbeat, yeah, even though he knew that his time was nearing, he was still making jokes up until the very end.
And he counseled and consoled us, and now he's left us on our own.
His voice woke me up every morning for years, and I'll miss that.
So leave some room for flowers and give us time to cry in memory of my father, who's still one hell of a guy. Roy's my brother, not my father. I didn't write that. His son Alex didn't write that. Roy wrote that when our father passed away in 1974. 18-year-old Roy wrote that.